100%. So in this realm, considering house hacking as an investment vehicle or a homeownership vehicle, would you say that house hacking is more, I guess, a stepping stone into getting into something further, or is it something that is a pathway?
Yeah, that's a really interesting question, and my short answer is both. The explanation of that is I think this is a great way for people to get into their first home, like you, right?
Yeah.
Your first home is a house hack.
100%.
And it's a really nice house hack, right? And so you got into your first home that way. So I think that's great. It helps people actually qualify to buy that house. But secondly, the other part of this is I call them a strategic upgrader. And so what I mean by that is people can go buy their first home with 3 to 3.5% down. And then after living in it for 12 months, then they can turn that into either a full investment property, and we can still do that 1007 appraisal that allows them to start using 75% of that rental income today. So automatically, I'm taking 75% of the rent on their last home, taking that off of their income or their debt load. And then if they want to go house hack into the next home as well, that's awesome. And I can use a 1007 appraisal there too. And so I've actually seen several of my clients that are on their third, fourth. I even have a client that's on their 7th house hack.
Heck yeah. Good for them.
Yeah. And it's awesome. And they're doing them in areas where they also want to visit, right? Like St. George. And so these are awesome opportunities for them to have some flexibility, be able to build a portfolio rather than kind of like the old traditional way of 25% down, you never live there, it's just an investment property. And they're having to put a lot more down that way. And that's really hard.
Well, more down and a higher interest rate.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's just, yeah. It's expensive to do things like that. And it's always funny because I tell people because a lot of the other big things that people keep talking about is, seller financing. That is the way to go. And like, yes, it's a great way. And I talk to them about house hacking all the time and they're like, oh, well, you must hate seller financing. That's actually wrong. I think it's fantastic and I love it.
Sure.
But when you're just getting started with what we're seeing in Utah's local market, sellers are wanting their equity paid out. Like every which way I go, I haven't like there's people who I just had a conversation with someone, I'm not even joking, yesterday. And they're like, oh, I'm looking for a house hack, but I want it to be seller financed and they were just listing off all of these terms that I'm like, bro, I want that too. But I'm not finding anything like that. So when it comes to getting started, I'm fully convinced that house hacking is the best way to start because it's the least amount of money down. It's the most flexible and quite frankly, it's the most repeatable. It's something that you can continuously work on and it's not a surprise.
Yeah.
Like it's repeatable and you could just keep going for it.
Yeah, I think the thing that's so hard about seller financing is, so let's just take out some numbers here for a second. If you're going to buy a home for $500,000,